Good morning. Thanks for stopping by. I was talking to my pharmacist the other day, as I often do, and she told me that I should make a video featuring 10 random albums that I'd like to see reissued on vinyl that have never been available on vinyl before. She also told me to go to the wrong side of the tracks while I do that, so that's why we're here on the wrong side of the tracks. Yeah, so this is kind of a riff on a thread that goes around every few months or so. It picks back up. I think I've seen a few recently, similar type things. But since my pharmacist asked for it, I'm just not in the business of letting down my pharmacist. So as usual, I didn't put a lot of time or effort into this. I just kind of, having them be albums that have never been released on vinyl before really narrows it down. But I'm sure if I gave this more thought, I would have a different list. But maybe that'll be another time. So these are 10 albums that have never been released on vinyl before that I need to see released on vinyl and be under my Christmas tree when I wake up on December 25th, 2023. Or I think that's pretty much confirmation of what we already knew, which is that Santa Claus is not only a complete fraud, but a gigantic. Okay, so let's just get this show on the road. So I'm gonna start off with two Elephant Six related releases. I've got a list here. I'm gonna start with the band Beulah. I'm gonna go, I think their first and fourth LPs, their last LP is called Yoko. That has never been released on vinyl. I would buy that if I saw that reissued on vinyl for sure. But I'm gonna go with their first album, which was released in 1997 on the Elephant Six Recording Company label, called The Handsome Western States. Lo-fi indie pop from, I think they're from San Francisco or the Bay Area. Yeah, their last album was called Yoko. That was released in 2003. I'd take that as well. Next up, going with a 1992 album that was released on Bar None Records. It's also Elephant Six related. Band is Chocolate USA, and the album is called All Jets Are Gonna Fall Today. Probably not a classic, but it's, Julian Coaster from Neutral Milk Hotel, among other things, is in that band. It's, again, very lo-fi, pop, indie rock type stuff. I would point out that I had included the MK Ultra album. I think it's called The Dream Is Over, but I had to remove it because I just saw that last year John Vanderslice self-reissued it on vinyl for the first time. I think he's pressing those in his basement. So even though I'll probably never ever see that, it does not qualify for this list. Next, going with a kind of fun indie pop band from Massachusetts called Papas Fritas. Their only album that was released on vinyl was their debut release. So I'd say either of their other two would be good, but I'm going to choose Helioself from 1997, which was released on Minty Fresh Records. Next, we're going with another album that I think was released on Minty Fresh. Pretty sure it was released on Minty Fresh. This is a Chicago kind of chamber pop, indie pop group, I guess, called the Aluminum Group. I'm gonna go with their 1999 album, which is their third LP. It's called Petals. But this is, again, another one where I believe their first two albums also were never released on vinyl, and I'd probably find myself buying those as well. Next up, from 1999, Joe Pernice's band called Chappaquiddick Skyline, which was a one-off project released on Sub Pop Records. So this is post-Scud Mountain Brothers, but, or Scud Mountain, I keep saying brothers, Scud Mountain Boys. But I think that the first Pernice Brothers record came out right before this, or right around the same time, but this is different personnel. The The first line from that album is, I think it's I Hate My Life. It's just a great way to start an album. That is kind of, you know, melancholy pop, I guess we'll say. Next, we'll keep it melancholy, kind of a indie pop, more dream pop on this one. This is from 1998, The Trembling Blue Stars. I think this is their second album, yep, called Lips That Taste of Tears. I'm pretty sure that's never been released on vinyl. I did a little, you know, I tried to make sure, because my pharmacist would be disappointed if I didn't, but I did try to make sure that it was never released on vinyl. I'm pretty sure it has not been. So that's, you know, a Post Field Mice, Northern Picture Library, Bobby Rotten project. Next, we're back in 1999 with the kind of great rootsy indie rock, indie pop group called the Mendoza Line. This is an album from 1999, I think, yeah, released on Kindercore Records. It's called I Like You When You're Not Around. Another one here, this is from 1996. This is the indie pop group that I really like from Minneapolis called The Hang-Ups. None of their albums have been released on vinyl. I would be interested in any of them. For this exercise, I'm going to choose the 1996 LP called So We Go. But again, be happy with any of them. We only have two more here. So this one is from 2001. It's from the band called 4 Stars. The album is We Are All Beautiful People. Kind of sad bastard, slowcore, indie rock, indie pop. I think they have become known because I think that one of their later albums was like really poorly reviewed, like got a like really low, like very low scores. But I do really like I think it's their second. I like the self-titled 4 Stars album. I don't know if that's ever been released. I didn't look at that one, but We Are All Beautiful People. I'd like to see that under my Christmas tree, Santa. All right, now we're finishing it up with some very lo-fi. I think this was originally released only on cassette, and then in 1996, and then later released on CD only in 1997. This is the band Unbunny. The album is called The Willis Files. So this is very lo-fi. Be nice to see a remaster specific for vinyl on that. Yeah, so anyway, so that's 10 albums that I'd like to see reissued on vinyl, wrapped nicely, and under my big, beautiful Christmas tree when I wake up on December 25th, 2023, or else I'm burning that Christmas tree to the ground. Your move, Santa.